Welcome back to the Meta Economist TV. Today we want to talk with a woman that has a very big experience in the innovation and technology fields. We can just talk about her and present you as a visionary thinker. And so really welcome Bettina Von Stamm. And thanks to say yes to our invitation.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
So let's start knowing you better and know your career and your projects about innovation. So why you decided to walk through this path of innovation path?
Well, I don't think it was a conscious decision. I sort of slipped into it. I went my first degree is architecture and town planning, and I didn't quite like it and thought I should do something else, at least after a little while. And so I left Germany, the north of Germany, where I'm from, and moved to the UK to do my MBA. And when I finished my MBA, I still wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted something to do with design and design management, new product development. But when I finished, the one company that I would have liked to work for was laying people off. That's when I decided that I wouldn't want to do something again that I didn't want to do, and started to work for myself. And that is basically what I've done ever since. And after the MBA, I started with projects, literally anything that would help me pay back the loan that I'd taken out to do my MBA, but trying to focus on things around new product development, design management. Even then, that would have been the early 90s. Design was a very strategic tool in the context of businesses for me, which of course was not widely accepted at that point in time. And then when I went back to London Business School to do my PhD, that's when I got actually into innovation, and that's where I've stayed ever since.
Your focus in these past years was artificial intelligence. So I'm gonna really take this time to make an important question for me. Do you think that artificial intelligence is somehow connected with these new technologies that are 3D technologies, cryptocurrencies? We can't just match the two.
Well, I mean, first of all, I would never. I've got very strong views in AI and all technologies. I would never consider myself an expert on it. So I'd just like to emphasize. Otherwise, those who know me start laughing when you say that. But I do have quite strong views, and whether there is a connection between the metaverse and artificial intelligence, I would say absolutely. They are not the same. But I think they are feeding on each other. They are sort of, they are helping each other grow. And so I think that with artificial intelligence, a lot of wonderful things are possible. My biggest concern, though, is that I'm wondering whether the human ability to understand what we are creating, to have the right ethical and moral mindset to deal with the consequences of what we are creating, I find a little bit questionable, because I think we are developing absolutely amazing technology, and it seems to develop a life on its own. And even now, I find that technology very often decides what you can and can't do. When you want to exchange some normal, not even cryptocurrency, just normal currency in a bank, you can't do that unless you've got a bank account. In the past, if the bank clerk knew you, they would have no problem with doing that kind of thing for you. Or very often when you're trying to have a call, and in most video calls that I've been on over the last couple of years, you spent the first 10-15 minutes trying to make the technology work, and that is that's not even metaverse and AI. So what am I saying? I am saying that yes, I definitely see them being connected. Yes, I don't think that that we can turn back the wheel. Pandora's box is open, and all the beautiful and not so beautiful spirits have left the box.
So, what I meant when I started thinking about AI and metaverse is that as you walk through a metaverse with your avatar, it seems to you that this is another you, and that's exactly what is the dimension that AI is creating in the as created in the past years. I mean, this dimension where you are an entity, but it's not easy to correlate this entity with human beings.
I mean, for me, the metaverse and AI are two different things, and both in their own right will have an impact. And they both, so they are connected, but they are also independent. And so, if it is, we don't need to go into the metaverse to be able to use AI and other digital programs and approaches and tools to create a replication of us, right? We don't need at the moment. We are only creating it. Well, you can create a video of a person that looks and sounds like the person, but is an artificial creation, is not real. And the quality of these fake programs has become so good that unless you are a little bit of an expert, it is sometimes real, or you know the person really really well, so that you can you observe some discrepancies between the person that you know and what is in front of you on the screen. But I think we are so close for it to being impossible for a non-expert to discern whether a video is but with the real person or with the avatar, with the fake person. And of course, the challenge is that this fake person can be created by anyone. I might have no role in it. As long as they've got some photos from me or some video footage, they can create a fake me online that looks exceedingly credible, certainly to people who don't know me very well. And I think that that's what I meant earlier when I said that I'm not quite sure our morals and ethical mindset abilities have evolved with the technology, because I think that can lead to some seriously dangerous situation, or of course also funny ones, but depends whether it is with positive or negative intent.
Okay.
And of course, sorry, just as maybe as a last thing, no technology is good or bad. It's neutral. It's just what we do with
That's
it.
what ancient Greeks told us, taught us with this, and I really love humanities. That, and I always remember that if you read the ancient Greeks tragedies, in some point you can find this. They underlined comedians and tragediographies underline this fact that technology is not good or bad. It's just the way we use it, and we understand its potential that makes the difference. So um, about this other technologies that we are talking about in this portal, and we're really proud to make these interviews, just to know to I mean let everybody knows that these technologies are more and more coming into our everyday lives. So what do you think are the most important new technologies that in the next 10 years we will use every day?
Now I need my crystal ball to figure out what that might be. And I think, I mean, we are, as you said, we are seeing it already everywhere. It is, whether it is the digital twin of a person or of a city, where we can, digital twin of a person, where the doctors can decide what kind of, for example, operational procedure to go ahead with, or we have an ability to understand systems in a way that was impossible before. We can experience in the virtual world to try to find out the consequences before we do it in the real world. Yeah, well, in my little story, and again, that is already reality. A fridge that proposes when you should buy new food, or programs that suggest what kind of food you can cook with the ingredients that are readily available to you. So I think there are a lot of small things, and I think it is only when we look back a couple of years do we notice what huge steps we've actually made, because it's it sneaks into our lives without us really noticing. I think.
So, what are your good advices to just use these technologies and to live happily? I mean, what is often said about the metaverse is that with it, we are also, we can say, condemned to a sort of alienation. But is not always this, but it can't be. So as you are in a room where I see plenty of books, and I know you are a writer too. So what can you say to us to use technologies and live happily?
Well, I would suggest just to think. Might sound very rude, or very arrogant, but it's really to think and to question. I'm part of an absolutely amazing group that focuses on using technology and AI for the betterment of humanity, and it is called Wise Mirror, or actually White or Wise Mirror, but White Mirror, as a reaction to the Netflix series Black Mirror, where technology is very clearly used to suppress and control people, and so this awareness, just questioning. Oh no, the story I wanted to tell was about that we had a session with Lita, which is of course an artificial intelligence that is a program that gives you answers, and to make it more interactive, they've created the humanoid character that basically it looks like you're speaking to a person. The quality of the rendering is not so that you believe that it is a person, but it's sort of very, very close. And so when we had the session, we could ask all sorts of questions. And for me, the interesting point was, and a hugely relevant point is, that when we asked any fact-based question where there is literally only one or maybe two different answers possible, then of course, however many times you ask the questions, the answer would remain the same. However, when we asked questions where there weren't fact-based answers, like is there a God? Some people might want to debate it, but this is, in my view, it is a question to which there is no clear-cut answer, because we've got different names for it and all the rest of it, or we have different beliefs or not. So, but if you ask questions like that, is there a God? What is love? What is your favorite music? Even the answer would be a different one every time. And my concern is that when we are asking questions of artificial intelligence, that we just believe, we've got such faith in technology that we believe whatever the answer is given is the truth. And that, I think, is a huge danger, because when it's fact-based, then the answer might be the truth.
Thank you again to Bettina Von Stamm, and I really appreciate your participation, because here at the Meta Economist we use focus and news, breaking news, and we talk about metaverse, cryptocurrencies, and decentralized finance. But we need it, because now we needed someone that really can help us to make a little philosophy about technologies. So thanks again, Bettina, and I really hope to see you again, and we will collaborate in the future with the articles and other stuff. So thanks again, and see you soon.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.